The idea is to get the size and the grandness of the project. They're going to love this. I'm Steve, by the way. Nice to meet you. Foreground, so don't forget about that space over there. Here at 1/250th. Perfect. I think that's a wrap. Looks great. I know the client's going to be really happy with these photos. This is a new senior living center that has just been completed. It was designed by an architecture firm that did the exteriors and the interiors. We're going to be shooting architectural photography, interiors of all of the common area spaces, a model unit that they have set up, the dining room, library, the reception area, things like that. The concept that I have in terms of shooting architecture is I try to shoot interiors on the opposite side of the building as the sun. So this morning we will be shooting the interior spaces on the west side of the building, and then later this afternoon we'll be shooting photos on the east facing side of the building. That way we avoid glare coming directly into the windows. My mantra is, let's make some pretty pictures. So I really want to showcase the project in the most positive light, make it look beautiful, do whatever it takes. So we're getting ready to go inside, but just before we do, I want to explain what's in the vehicle and what we're going to bring in. So we're going to bring the camera bag and the tripod. We might need the accessory bag. We'll bring that in with us also. This long bag holds diffusion panels and light stands and things like that. So I have a flash that I use to shoot against windows, so we can bring the exposure in properly. So chances are we're going to use that. We're going to go inside now. My goal is to do a quick walkthrough of the project, especially to the areas that we're interested in shooting, so we can assess the field conditions, make sure that everything is photo ready, and then we'll make sure that we can execute our shot plan the way I originally conceived it. They may show us things in the building that were actually not in the shot plan that we might find interesting, so we'll just check it out. Very good. All right, so I think this is going to be pretty straightforward. It's a relief to see that the project is pretty much shoot ready. It's just a matter of making some pretty pictures. Right off the bat, of course, we walked into this entrance here, and this is a great establishing shot here. I think we want to come here from the corner to, again, show the architecture, show the grand sweep of that grand staircase. Additionally, over here, we'll want to focus in on this space. Again, it really just still shows the architecture of the space, this nice little seating area. A lot of what architectural photography is, in my opinion, compared to real estate photography, architectural photography is more subtractive. So what we're doing is we are taking a view, we're narrowing it down to actually remove the elements that aren't quite so important and include the elements that are important. I still would like to see something that's going to be a little tighter here. I'm not sure how we'll do this. Maybe it might be a vertical like this. And I think that's enough to get us going. I'm pretty centered there, aren't I? Another technique that I use is that I can expand the field of view by shifting up. Foreground, we're going to shift up again. Background, focus. We have 3 sets of photos here. We have lower, middle, upper. In each set we have focus to the back, focus to the front. In post-processing, they're all brought together into one image, which will be approximately square when we finish with it. So we're putting together a large panel system. So you see what happens when without the diffusion panel, we have all this nasty glare all the way around the rim and across the face of the fireplace, which can be fixed, but wouldn't it be better to just have it be the way it's supposed to be? So go ahead and put the diffusion panel back. We've gotten rid of about 90% of it. Okay, so bistro is next. This scene has a lot of rich tones to it. It's obviously very different from the lobby area. Nice textures. The plaid on the chairs is a great pattern on the front of the chairs. The rich wood paneling. I just think it's a nice shot. And then the television monitor on the side we're going to stitch in a television monitor scene. So that's kind of something that I've evolved into doing over a period of time. I used to sit there and wait, try to get the TV on, which nobody could find the remote or whatever, didn't know how to work it. But now I just stitch in a television monitor picture in post. It's just much easier, much more straightforward. Okay, bistro completo. We've done the lobby, we've done the bistro. So we're going to go over to memory care next, shoot that common area, and then to the porch, see if we can get that shot also. We're in the memory care area now. We were on a little bit of a break, but we shot a couple quick shots in this area. We're now going to head to the sun porch, which is part of the memory care unit. So the features of this room that we want to highlight, obviously, is the space, and the most critical piece are the windows. This is going to be a space that's going to be enjoyed by the residents. We want to show how pleasant it is and what's outside. We have a little bit of a challenge in two ways. One is the color temperature between the outside and the inside is drastically different. I took a white balance reading, and it's currently set at 3600, which is way too cool. So we're going to correct that, and I'm going to take it up to 4900 here. And right away, the room, at least in terms of tonality, looks much more natural. Now, the other thing also is the differential in the exposure. It's way brighter on the outside than it is on the inside. So we're going to correct for that also through a technique called the flambient method. We'll try a half first and see how that goes. Okay, ready?
Get that definition around that window so it's easy to cut out, right?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so this picture is done. I did a number of other exposures just in case I need one of them. I doubt that I will. So then we add the flash. The upshot of it is that this image is layered on top of this image, and using a technique in Photoshop, we just simply brush in the windows and they come in just sharp.
Okay, perfect. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think we're done here. I think we've accomplished just about everything we wanted to do. Everything went very smoothly. Thank goodness the property was ready to shoot. That could have been a real disaster area if we'd come here a week ago. Looks great. I know the client's going to be really happy with these photos.